Hey, what's going on, guys? Long time no see. Just got back from vacation, so I can do more videos, and now I wanted to start a series on the Doomsday skills, the specialty skills. A lot of people have questions on this, especially newer players, first seasons of Doomsday, etc. And these skills are very, very important for Doomsday, so for Total War and for Eden. It's the same skills across both game types. And you share levels across them. So essentially, under this specialty tab, you'll see your Doomsday level. And this is kind of a separate XP component over like bases or heroes or anything like that. And it's basically considered honor. So the more honor you get, the more levels you get. Now I'm level 78. I think maybe 6 Doomsday seasons, maybe 7. Maybe even 8. Honestly, I don't really remember. But obviously, as you level up, it gets harder and harder to level up from there. There are players who are well over level 100, and you get a huge advantage by having very high Doomsday levels. So, the green tree is called the resource specialty, and it's more focused on tiling than compared to the blue and red tree. There's 3 directions to the green tree, and then there's an outer circle covering basically the entire tree. If we move north, we'll see that the first one is combat experience. So you gain 9% EXP from territory battles. A territory battle is just when you occupy a tile, as they're called. So in this case, I'll get 31,000 XP if I occupy this tile. And with this specialty points with maxed, I'll get plus 9%. Moving up the middle, it's the same thing. So plus 3% per each level. There's 3, so plus 9, plus 9, plus 9. Pretty simple. If you kind of have to go in like lines, which is pretty, self-explanatory, but you can't just, unlock this without getting the precursors. So if you move to the left, so basically if you wanted to go north, you have to put 3 points in here, and then you can either move, again, north or to the left or to the right. Moving to the left, these 3 are all the same. So you'll gain plus 2% each level. Obviously when it's maxed, it's plus 6. And you gain 6% diseased crops and mutated lumber. So if you go to your Doomsday, you go to your territory, you'll see kind of the resources that you're getting per hour. So 25,193, 84. These are the diseased crops and the mutated lumber or whatever it's called. I have those 3, so I'm getting plus 18%, which is quite a lot. What am I getting? Like 32,000. So let's just say I was getting 30,000. 20% of that nearly. It's 36,000. So, I mean, it's a significant amount. Let me just do this very quickly. Okay. So now moving further. So that's kind of what I have right now. I wanted this 18%, just to get more resources so I can get higher level tiles faster. Moving up forward, again, like I said, you just gain more hero XP, and to the right, you gain kind of the other side. So you gain ore and fossil fuels, 18% if you get them all maxed, and that would just be these 2. So mineral deposit and oil deposit. One thing to note about these, the tree to the left, the green tree skills that I have, polluted. So like this polluted water doesn't get the 18% bonus. So normally you'll see people don't really run these H2Os because you're not going to get the bonus. If you're not running these skills, then it's completely the same thing, more or less. Then once you reach sort of this middle skill, all of these bigger circles are skills, and you can activate these skills. Usually they have a cooldown or some sort of condition. This skill in particular, you can train on territories. You get no losses. And you just get hero XP. So if you own a territory, I don't know, let's just go here. If you own this territory, you click on it, you go to strategy, and then you have some skills. Since I have this middle one unlocked, training, I can click on it. I can choose, however much I want to send, I guess. And then I can march there and I'll get a bunch of XP. In this case, 131,000. You use up these kind of, I don't really remember what these are called, but these are basically every day you have a limit of these. And then once you reach that limit, you can't do certain things. So I don't actually particularly like that training skill. I don't think it's very good, in my opinion. I just kind of have it so I can get this one over here. It's the same thing for these, +6 plus diseased crops. So basically virus immunity materials. This one's composite materials, and then this is just XP. And then up here is another skill. So this is an active skill. After the base is successfully sieged, 100% of the base resources will be protected from being plundered for 60 minutes. And this is a 24-hour cooldown. This skill is pretty garbage in my opinion. But the reason why you would unlock this is so you get access to kind of this circle. So moving left or right, it's basically the same thing, the whole circle. You gain plus EXP from territory battles, exactly the same as the middle column. So yeah, again, 3, same thing. But then over here you get plus territory capacity. So kind of in these, the halfway points in these big circles, you get plus territory capacities. And if you do a 5, you get +5. Again, +5, and then +5. So if you filled out this whole circle, you would get +15 territories. Very, very strong. This is basically the territory capacities. So if I had +16, I would have 60 territories, which obviously if they're all, farms or lumber, I'm going to be getting a lot of resources. So that's definitely one thing to consider. Oftentimes later in the game, or when it takes longer to upgrade, I will reset and get 2 of these territory caps. And like I said, the rest is pretty much honor gain from battles. This is honor gain after structures, and this is territory battle honor gain. So let's just move on to the left side. So kind of going up the middle, you'll notice that you get sort of EXP and honor gains up the middle, and the right and left kind of have a little different pizzazz. So over here, it's plus honor gain after building or upgrading honor structures. And again, the same. So basically what that means is when you upgrade a building, let me show you how this looks. Awkward. Here it is. So there's an honor points kind of that you get. It's just like power in COZ. So if it's research day and you unlock a research, you get a certain number of power and it goes accordingly. There's an honor thing here. So let's say your base or your processing plant is level 9 and you level up to level 10, you're going to get 263,000 honor. If you have the skill that we were just highlighting, so this middle kind of left column, you'll get +9, plus 27% honor on top of that 260,000. So it's pretty significant. It's definitely some solid honor gains. And usually if you're doing big upgrades, let's say you buy 10 million composite materials or something, you'd want to max this out. You'd want to reset this, max this out, upgrade all your processing plants to level 20, and then you can reset and use some of the other points. This left one is it costs -9% composite materials for, again, upgrading honor structures. So the composite materials are what comes out of the mineral deposits and the oils. So in this case, this kind of steel bar is a composite material. That's pretty much all there is to it. You'll only have to use 18% less. So right now I need 139,921 to upgrade it. If I had those skills unlocked, it would be 18% less. So definitely good. Like I said, if a pretty good approach if you're going to be paying a lot for Doomsday, if you really want to get ahead, is to buy these packs. Obviously it depends on how much money you have or whatever, or how much you want to be spending, but you buy a lot of these packs, and then you kind of just max out this stuff. So sorry, these 4, so that's 12 points, and then these 3, so in total it's just 21 points. Max out your processing plants right away, like level day 1. Then you'll get a bunch of honor, and you'll be using less composite materials. So it's definitely a thought, an idea. I'm not going to go too much into the strategy on some of these skills yet. I will talk about kind of the things that I like to do, and this is one of them in the beginning. If you're going to be buying a lot of composite materials, if not, these aren't terribly valuable. Moving up, this is terrible. So it's less resource requirements. That basically means like less oil or fuel and iron. Not a good skill. It's kind of a waste. If you're running out of resources, make more farms, plunder more bases. You shouldn't really be wasting points on this. And there's a skill in the middle. So after usage, construction honor gains increased by 100% for 2 hours. This is also very good. Basically, you just activate this skill. So you could activate it here if it was unlocked. And then you get plus 100% honor gains. And this will stack with the honor gains from this 27%. So you get 127%. So in the case before, it was like 268,000. You would multiply that by 1.27. And that's the number you'd get. It'd be like 550,000. Yeah, something like that. Actually, about 600,000. You get about 600,000 honor just for leveling up one structure. And obviously, if you did all 4, it's and you kept doing it. So if you got it all the way to level 20, you'll have a shit ton of honor. Same thing for these. And then there's another skill over here, honor reward. So this is a pretty cool skill. You basically just get a lot of honor every day. You just click it and then you get honor. It does depend on your honor structures. So these are kind of the honor structures here. So if these are very high level, you'll be getting more honor. It's not too much. I think last Eden, when I kind of had most of these buildings all maxed, I was getting like 1 million honor a day. So it's not like amazing, but it's something extra. Yeah. And then going down, again, plus honor gain, the same as the middle row. And then you'll get to the territory capacity. So yeah, pretty similar. And I think you guys can see the patterns here, at least in this, in the green tree. So then moving to the right, going up the middle, you get plus honor gain for territory battles. So again, plus 27, because there's, 4. Wait, actually, shit, all my math is completely wrong. This is plus 36. Forgive me. This is plus 36. Yeah. Okay. Whoops. And then this is also plus 36. So just add an extra 9%. I forgot that there was this initial one here. The ones to the left and to the right are 18%. Because it's only 6. You're only getting 6%, and you only get 3. So that's why I was getting slightly confused. Anyway, the right hand tree, again, plus honor gain for territory battles. Basically, this is kind of, again, instead of hero XP, you're getting honor XP. So this is very good if you're going to be taking a ton of tiles, especially very high level tiles. You'll get a lot of XP. 36%. Whoops, sorry. I'm trying to find a level 16. A level 15 will do. So 15,000 plus 36%, about 20,000. A little over 20,000 honor each tile, and if you did that, like, I don't know, 40 times a day or something, it's a lot of honor. So definitely something to look for if you're cycling tiles, or you go to the enemy state, you have a fresh 0 out of 45, and you just tile the shit out of their dark forest. These skills, it's something to consider is to put your points in these skills. So if you go to the left meaning the left of here, so this way, you get marching speed towards honor structures. So this is mainly for duels. When you're in a duel, basically in Total War, so in the original Doomsday, you kind of go one-on-one against a guild, and then you basically have to destroy honor structures until you reach the alliance center. If I'm way over here, and I have to kill these alliance structures, normally the march time might take a little while. With this skill, with this kind of tree, you're getting plus 45% marching speed, which is very, very significant, and it'll help a lot for duels. Moving to the right, or I guess down in this case, it's marching speed towards territories. So this is for tiling. Similar concept. If you're very far away, here's a 16. Anyway, if you're very far away, the marching time is going to take significantly less. So right now it's 12 seconds. If I had plus 45, so half off, there, yeah, I guess 50% off, not a full half off, but 50% off, almost, be like 6 seconds. Very, very good. Very important, especially for Eden. I really like this for Eden because oftentimes your base is going to be very far away from whatever you're attacking, or duels. If you're dueling a very, a strong opponent, they're going to have like tiles, just a row of tiles, like a whole sheet of tiles, just going all the way down. So you're going to have to teleport like hundreds of kilometers away. Then you have to go and damn, a wolf just had 3 Death Riders in a row, and it looks like he did that in 30 tickets. That was pretty cool to see. Anyway, not trying to get too distracted, but that's sweet. He's in my alliance, so it's always good. I think he might have already had a max. I don't know, but anyway, the middle skill here is land reclamation. So exploit territories. You get 15% production of maximum 7 territories within a 3 kilometer range, or 12. This skill's pretty bad. Basically what it means is I'll have to go to a territory. So if you have a territory, you click on strategy, you can do land reclamation, and it basically just gives you extra loot around based on the tiles you have around here. You really don't get that much, so it's not like an amazing skill by any means. But again, usually these middle ones are kind of means to an end, but it is what it is. What I mean by that is usually you want to go for the outer ones. Sometimes they're better. Anyway, again, this is the same thing. So marching speed, honor gain for territory battles, and then marching speed towards honor structures. This middle one, then this next skill right here is super good, and you'll see people run this very, very often, especially later stages when it takes a long time to max out all your territories. So basically what this does is it allows you to upgrade your territories. Forgive me for shifting in my chair, a little restless today. So this basically just allows you to upgrade your territories. The first one, depending on if it's maxed, you can upgrade to level 12. Level 12 territories. So for instance, I have this level 11 plot. I can click on it, go to strategy, land development, and then basically I send troops to develop it. I think it takes 1 hour, and then it'll become a level 12 plot. Super good. And then you get, obviously, right now I'm getting plus 1,000. When it's level 12, I'd be getting plus 1200. So you're getting plus 200 extra. It's really good. Some of these major jumps, like to 12, you get a significant increase. And it's very good at that point to kind of upgrade them all. The one thing about the land development, it costs 200 of those little badge things that I had shown before. Let me show you what that looks like. So these little like map pieces, you get 1,000 a day, like was shown earlier. The land development takes a significant portion of these. So usually you can only do 4 land developments a day, 4 or 5. I don't recall, but you can basically only do a few of them every day. So it's not like you can just max out everything to 12 right away by taking level 1s. So that's kind of that skill. You do need a level 12. So I can't just do level 16. I only have level 12s. If I want to get up to level 12, it's going to take the highest territory that you have, obviously to balance things out. Then this particular area has like an extra section, and it's all sort of related to this land development. So if you go down or right, when you're developing levels 1 through 4 territories, development time is decreased by 50%. Nobody is ever developing these low-level territories, so I don't even know why this is a thing. Same with this, levels 5 through 8, nobody is developing those. And then 9 through 12. This one's okay for early on, especially to get all of your plots to level 12. This one's fairly decent. Instead of taking an hour, it's going to take 30 minutes. So something to consider. And then similarly, the combat command cost on this would go down by 50%. The combat command cost is basically this thing right here. I guess this is called combat command, but it's kind of this map structure. So instead of taking the 200 that I think it does, it's going to take 100, and then you can do more. You can develop more territories. So this is a very good skill. Like I said, you want to develop, well, a strategy that I like to incorporate is to develop, once you kind of get to level 12s, is to develop everything into level 12s. At least, these territories, the virus immunity territories, level them up to 12, or develop them up to level 12s, and then, because there's a pretty big jump from 12 to 13s. From 11 to 12, you get a lot more resources. So it can be worth it. If you're just crushing it and you're just cruising through, it's definitely good to have these points on the left. You can also do both. So in order to get these points over here, it's going to be 17, like I have. You only need 17 greens. In order to get all the way up here, I forgot to mention this. The very last skill is just so you can develop plots 13 through 16. So that's all that is. Again, for my strategy, you don't really need this. So it'd be 22 plus 9, so 31. So 17 plus 31, 48. Yeah, so 48 points. You can do the strategy that I like for a lot of virus immunity points. And that's probably what I'm going to do. So I'm going to reset this when I can in, I guess, 4 days. Put all my points in here. I don't really necessarily need virus immunity, which is what I have right now. I'm going to, because I don't really care about getting 13s. They're not that much better than 12s. And it's not too important for our duels. We have quite a few people who can get 13s, so not a huge concern. For me, I'm just going to focus on developing my territories. And what I'll do, like I said, is I'll reset. I'll get this top left branch, so I'm gaining plus 18% materials. I don't care about the skill at all. It's just to get this. If you don't have enough points, just do these two, is what I'd recommend. And then I'm going to do this. Basically that path right there. So I would get these territory battle honor gains. I don't need these. I could be doing marching speeds, and I probably will be doing marching speeds instead of the honor gains once duels are in place. Yeah, but basically what I care about is getting this land development maxed, and then getting up to here so that I can develop more plots every day. So that's basically the left tree. Going down here, like I said, you pretty much want to do this if you're buying composite materials, or you're leveling up, the processing plants or something like that. Processing plants give a lot of honor. Everything else doesn't give that much honor. So these immunity researches, at 36,000. What was it? The level 9 one was 180. So it's 10 times less for the virus immunity, and they're much harder to level up in my opinion. And then the assault fortresses, pretty good. It's actually the same as the honor structures. These are just much harder to level up too. They cost a lot more composite materials. But anyway, if you're doing something like that, the left tree is definitely what you want. It's kind of like you don't need it all the time, but when you are doing it, you're going to want this kind of both of these sections, and then the middle ones as well. You really only need it up to here. This skills, like I said, is not amazing, but a good thing that you also want to consider is these territory caps. So like I had said before, it's 41 points, I believe, to get kind of the structure that I like once you reach 12s. And then you can get up to these territory caps. So this is 14 if you had this unlocked, or in my case, I'll have the land development unlocked. So I'll just do 14 this way and 14 this way, an extra 28. So this comes out to 74, I think. Yeah, something like that. And that's basically perfect. Then I have 10 more plots, 10 more territories. I'll have 55. And obviously once duels open up, once we can go to other states, I'll have 55 on both. So 110, I'll be gaining plus 18% on these materials, and I'll be developing all of these plots every day when I can. Everything up to level 12. So that's pretty much the strategy that I like. Once you're well above 12s, you can unlock this. You don't need to max this out. Obviously, you only do it up to the levels that you're at. So once I get a 13, then I can do this and I can level them up, or figure it out from there. So that's basically the left tree. Very powerful. It's basically the best way to get the fastest level 12s, really. Level 12s are kind of the most important, and then level 16s. Because once you get level 12s, you can enter the Dark Forest. Without being able to enter the Dark Forest, you're really hurting in terms of duels. So this is the Dark Forest area. All of the empty plots around here are level 12s. You can realistically do, especially if you're spending, you can get level 12s by like day one, by like 24 hours. Using some of these methods. So anyway, that's the green tree. If you guys have any tips or any more questions on the green skills, definitely please leave it in the comments. Good to be back. I'll be doing, pretty frequent videos again. I want to be talking about the new heroes kind of in detail. And I'll also be finishing out the Doomsday series, and then talking about more strategies once we cover kind of more of them. Obviously, as you can see, I have most points in the blue right now, and I'll talk about that later, so stay tuned. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and as always, stay safe. All right, peace.